we are back on Soch ki Talk Train of Thought with a series of an episode with Dr. M.A.Khan, who is a professor and director with Anil Dalmia Institute of Management Studies and Research. And also he has been an ex-registrar with University of Mumbai, ex-director with Sydenham Management Institute, and also an ex-CEO with SCOI Ministry of Minority Affairs, Government of India. I think it's an interesting insights from his story what we are getting for our Talk audience. Many a times it so happen like छोटे शहर से आके बड़े मुंबई जैसे महानगरी में अपना मुकाम कैसे पाना है. It's an excellent insights what we are getting from Dr. M.A.Khan. Sir, welcome again back to this
Yes,
Soch ki. Sir, it's an excellent insights what we are getting from your story. Now from small town, like coming back to Mumbai. So what was the struggle like which you have gone through?
It was a difficult time for me. My family, my kids were in education. They were just studying in the first standard, and then it was a hard time. And I had my own house there, and I got the transfer. So, but I shifted from heart, and then I decided that my work should not suffer.
Mm-hmm.
So in 1990s, when I was in Aurangabad, we were exposed to the computer education. I did advanced diploma in computer software, system analysis and application. I did this diploma from the Computer Academy, Aurangabad, and then at that time the time allocation was only that 1 hour of the practical time. To get an extra practical time, I requested the authorities that do you allow me to come early and open the lab at 7 o'clock and having 2 hours practice before you open at 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So they agreed that, then they handed over the key to me, and then I used to come at 7 o'clock and open the laboratory and do the practice for the programming, that time COBOL programming, and the Proton programming, and the GWC, and the all hardware computer software that I learned it. So that knowledge I was having at my back end, and I was transferred to the Elphinstone College, and I didn't met the principal at that time. I just joined the office, and then I was sitting in the library. The space allocated me to sit there, and then suddenly one computer got off at that time, the dust, and then opening it and then clearing the motherboard and fitting it. That type of simple hardware work was there. So then I said, can I do that? So the librarian said, yes sir, otherwise the machine will be off for 3-4 days. I just open it and then make it on, clear all the things, and then this minor dedication, the computer was on. So I was doing that particular work. Then at the time the principal, Dr. Nisha Pandit was there, and she came and then she said that, are you a new technician? I said, no, I am the new lecturer, I joined here.
Nice.
So she got surprised. Oh, then you come and meet me in the evening before going. So I gone there to in front of her because the lecturers were not having that access to the principals. I was a newly transferred person. My values were not known to the organization, the principal. My dedication, my commitment, and putting heart and soul into work. So she asked me to wait. I just reach there at 5 o'clock and then send a message through the peon that Dr. Khan newly joined lecturer is waiting to meet the principal. The peon said, all right, you sit, madam will call you. She might be busy, and then she forget to call me. I was there waiting till 7 o'clock.
Oh, I see.
7 o'clock when she was coming out, then she got surprised. What are you doing here? I said, I'm waiting for you. Madam, I'm waiting for you. You asked me to meet me before going. So she was so puzzled, and then she got very upset, and I'm sorry I didn't notice that. But we will meet tomorrow morning, 10:30. All right, madam, no problem. So then 10:30 I met her, and at next day of my joining, at that time the BSc IT course was coming. That was my first induction into the administration of the education. She made me in charge of the BSc IT course.
Okay.
And so that I could see that you are a dedicated person and having a knowledge of the computer. You manage this course, this new one. I said, pleasure. So I was staying at that time because there was a queue to get a quarter in the government colony. I was staying at the Mira Road, and I was to travel in the local trains by pushing the public and Chalanda. So that all Mumbai experience I took it for the 2 years to become hardcore Mumbai person in the 2 years. And then I used to come early. I used to take some home tuitions also because the money is required and you have to earn money with the values. You have to earn with the additional work, not by the speedy money, because speedy money is not a good sign for anyone. Nowadays, students want that they should become faster and faster. Quickly, they should become rich because that doesn't survive. So if once what comes with the hard work and the dedication, that is only surviving. So we used to take the home tuitions, to take the extra classes from the Elphinstone. After finishing my work at 7 o'clock, I used to go, and you may be remembering, I used to come to the Lara College also, and you are professor there at that time for a visiting session. And then dropping somewhere, going to the Ghatko or Garuda Institute of Management, then coming to the Dada, changing the western sentence lines, and then so that was like in Mumbai. I played my 5-6 years in the Mumbai industry. So that was starting that. So and while I was leaving the Elphinstone College after 6 years, the status of the BSc IT course was that I used to give the BSc IT students ingredients. 25 boxes, 25 motherboard, the clipping machine, the all skills orientation, that networking, patti thokna, and a group of 5, at least any 5 students can take the laboratory key and they can stay in the night in the laboratory, and then they can. The result of that was that at that time BSc IT, I started the United Placement Drive for the BSc IT. This is, I am talking about 2006.
Correct.
And I used to take as a trainee engineer to the BSc Computer Science, BSc IT. So I talked to the Wipro and the Infosys and the HCL, so 2-3 companies. So they said that we will take the drive, but we will not do for your student because you are having only 60 students. We will do it for at least 300-400 students. So Elphinstone was in a center where other BSc IT students were also used to come, and then they get combining the placement drive, the written test, and then and getting a job of 15,000. So they used to do that, and then in that recruitment drive, at least 5-10 students of the BSc IT of the Elphinstone College used to get selected, and that was a top course running at the Elphinstone at that time. And with that BSc IT course only, there are many of my students are in the good IT companies like in vice president position. They didn't require any further education because they got the complete skilled education, practice, and then not only the degree. I again emphasize on the factor. Education, getting a degree is a different thing, and knowledge, getting a knowledge and getting the values, that is a different thing. And unless and until you get the values, you get your basic concept clear, you will not be surviving in your field. So the student, I imparted same values to the students, and I was the complete vice principal of the course. The complete course was running with. So with that dedication, then government asked me, would you like to become an director of our management institute, because that is in ailing condition, and we want that, and you are a PhD, you are the statistics person, take the charge of that. So then the government has given me responsibility of the director of Certain Management Institute.
So before we get into that, I'm sure many times it so happened, many of the teachers who are there as a lecturer and all and they only concerned with the teaching and they are in the comfort zone, but they never think about beyond the comfort zone which is there. और जो आपने संघर्ष किया यहाँ पर,
हाँ ये तो है सर कि whenever you are putting a limited services, you are bound to take the 2 lectures and then you're taking 2 lectures and going back and then not putting the work. Or no, I have my work, I have. So that type of persons who are limited to their job and role only, they will be there in that job only. Person like me who are open to an extra work, and then they expand their wings and they commit and they give the services to me. Because when we did the NAC at the Elphinstone College, 2-3 days I have to sleep there in the institution. So that's commitment and dedication and getting an ownership. I always used to say to my students at the SIDNAM or now at NL Dalmia Management Institute that entrepreneurship is the commitment. Entrepreneurship is not that you are starting your own business or
Mhm.
thing. Wherever you are, take that as your own.
Mhm.
Take the ownership. So this is my organization. How I can make it very well.
Mhm.
How I can commit it very well. So if I am working in any organization as my organization,
Mhm.
then I will not think that I will work for only 8 hours, I will work for only 7 hours.
Mhm.
I will restrict myself to only this 20 lectures per week.
Mhm.
Then I will put in my all possible efforts.
Mhm.
And when you put all such possible efforts, then your work and your ability becomes visible to the community, visible to the society, visible to your employers, and then you get an opportunities too. Because I got all the opportunities by invitations.
Mhm. Correct.
Even the University of Mumbai, I got a message from the authorities that you are a good person, why don't you apply it as a registrar?
Mhm. Correct.
So that type of things are there because
Good. I think it's an excellent the commitment, dedication, honesty, sincerity, and you wanted to do something on all with a larger purpose in life. We could see like coming from Aurangabad, small city, and to coming to Mumbai, and the way you were committed towards your job. Today we could see Dr. M.A.Khan at the top of a pyramid as education, which is concerned. बट कभी आपको बीच में ऐसा लगा जाए जब भी आपने संघर्ष किया ट्रेन के साथ में लोकल में आप जब भी ट्रैवल करते थे इनिशियली फिर कहाँ मैं मुंबई में आ गया और इस भीड़ चकाचौंध की जिंदगी में कहाँ फंस गया कभी ऐसा लगा और वाज देयर एनी पॉइंट वेयर यू वांटेड टू गिव अप एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम इन 6 years?
I never thought of going back and then working in the intention that मुझे बस कुछ दिन निकालना है और जाना है. I never used my leaves. I never thought of that. But the option was open. I was having my own house at Aurangabad and the students were kids were like. So I was waiting for the any natural way. After 3 years, I get a transfer. I go back. But I was not tried for that. I never had gone because generally it happens that when the people get transferred in the government services, they go and sit in Mantralaya and then they use the resources and then they get it transferred in 6 months, 3 months. So I didn't say that. And the reason behind that, we were having another lady in the department at the Aurangabad, and then out of the three persons, 2 ladies and 1 myself gents. So I got transferred. So why should I try it and disturb others? So I am working well here. My family is with me. My students are getting kids. So after 6 years, I realized that my students, my sons, my daughter's education is going well, and I am slowly becoming a useful person to the organization. And I am getting acquainted with this. After 2 years, I got a good quarter in the Hajeli, just near the Lavalish College, and then in the building number 14. So then I was comfortable. So I thought left the thought of returning back, and then sold out my house at Aurangabad and purchased the house at Mumbai.
Good, great. I think that's what अगर छोटी नगरी से मुंबई में आके अपना मकाम बनाते हैं डॉक्टर M.A. Khan. I think on exclusive story on ttalk एक सोच की how like with commitment, dedication, sincerity, honesty, and with a larger purpose in life to serve the society at large and make a space for himself in this competitive Mumbai scenario. Like it's an excellent insight. So what we are getting from him exclusively on ttalk Ekman Soch. Do catch up with Dr. M.A. Khan in our next episode of ttalk Ekman Soch. Till then, go to www.ttalk.net. Subscribe and like the channel as much as you can. So thanks a lot for being part of this show. Thank you very much.